Let's get brutally honest for a second. You don't like studying. You get bored after 10 minutes. You read something and forget it the moment you close the book. You promise to focus tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. And deep down, you feel like something's wrong with you. Like maybe you're just not wired to learn fast like others. But here's the truth. No one told you. You're not broken. You've been brainwashed. School conditioned you to believe that hard work equals success. That if you're not grinding 6 hours a day, you're lazy. That memorizing boring facts over and over again will somehow force your brain to understand. But that's not how your brain works. Not even close. Let me explain. Your brain is lazy by design. It evolved to conserve energy, not burn it. That's why it avoids anything that feels hard or boring. It's not your fault. It's just basic brain biology. So when you sit down and force yourself to study the traditional way, reading from a book, highlighting text like a robot, trying to push knowledge in by repetition, your brain rebels. It shuts down. Not because you're lazy, but because you're not speaking its language. Think of your brain like a smartphone. If you try to upload a file in the wrong format, what happens? It doesn't work. Not because the phone is bad, but because the file format is wrong. That's exactly what's happening with how you study. The information is fine. Your brain is powerful. But the method, the file format, is completely wrong. Now here's the twist. There are people out there who barely study, and they remember everything. They learn new skills fast. They ace exams with half the effort. They seem to absorb knowledge like a sponge. It's not luck. It's not talent. They just learned how to learn. They discovered shortcuts, techniques that tap directly into the brain's natural wiring. And these shortcuts, they're not complicated. In fact, they're so simple, you'll wonder why no one ever taught them to you. You're about to learn those shortcuts. But let me warn you, once you understand how easy it can be to learn faster and remember more, you'll realize how much time you've wasted doing it the wrong way. You'll feel a little betrayed. You might even get angry because the system never gave you the tools to unlock your true potential. But that ends today, because in this video, I'm going to reprogram the way you think about learning. Not with motivation, not with discipline, with science, with hacks, with methods that actually work for lazy people. People like me, people like you. And if you stay with me till the end, you won't just learn faster. You'll feel like your brain leveled up. So are you ready to ditch the old system and install a new one? Let's begin. 1. The 80-20 rule. Learn less, remember more. Let's start with this. Not all information is created equal. In any subject, 20% of the content leads to 80% of your results. This is called the Pareto principle, and it's your best friend if you're lazy. So instead of trying to study everything, identify the most commonly asked exam questions, the most repeated concepts, the foundation chapters that connect everything else. You don't need to memorize the whole tree, just the roots and main branches. Once those are locked in, the rest becomes easier to understand by default. It's like cheating legally. And the best part is, it saves you hours. Second, study in micro-sessions, the lazy learning loop. Long study sessions are for people who want to feel productive, not be productive. Your brain can only focus deeply for 15 to 25 minutes. After that, focus drops, memory weakens, and you start daydreaming. So here's the lazy upgrade. Study for 15 minutes with no distractions. Take a 5-minute break. Repeat 3 times. Then take a longer break. This is known as the Pomodoro technique, but I call it the lazy loop. You'll get 2x better results in half the time, because you're working with your brain, not against it. 3. Use visual hooks. The brain doesn't like text, it loves pictures. Ever wonder why you remember memes or movie scenes so easily, but not textbook paragraphs? Because the brain is wired for visual memory. Words are slow, images are instant. So here's the trick. Convert concepts into diagrams, mind maps, or stick figure drawings. Use colors, shapes, and arrows. The weirder the image, the stronger the memory. If you're learning history, draw timelines with stick characters. If you're learning biology, turn organs into cartoons. This isn't childish, it's neuroscience. You're turning dry information into brain candy. 4. Speak to yourself. Out loud equals long-term memory. Reading silently is input. Speaking out loud is output. And that's where real learning begins. This is called active recall. And it's the #1 way to lock information into long-term memory. Here's what you do. After reading a topic, close the book. Try to explain it out loud in your own words. Like you're teaching someone. If you get stuck, peek. Then repeat. Your brain learns best when it's forced to reconstruct knowledge. Even if you feel dumb doing it, it works like magic. Lazy learners love it because you don't need to write pages. Just talk. 5. Use spaced repetition. Don't review, revive. Most people cram. They read once, maybe twice, and hope it sticks. But the brain forgets fast unless you revive the info at specific intervals. Spaced repetition is a memory hack that uses science-backed timing. Review after 1 hour, then 1 day, then 3 days, then 1 week. Each time you review, the memory gets stronger and lasts longer. You're not relearning, you're reactivating. Apps like Anki or Quizlet can automate this for you. So yes, you can be lazy and still become a memory master. 6. Build memory palaces for hard stuff. This one sounds advanced, but it's fun and incredibly effective. A memory palace is a mental map where you place information inside a familiar space, like your house. Let's say you need to remember a list of 10 things. Visualize walking through your home. Place each item in a weird form at a different location. Example, your front door has a giant tomato, for lycopene in nutrition. The couch has Albert Einstein dancing, for relativity. The bathroom has a cell nucleus floating in the tub. The weirder and more personal it is, the stronger the memory. Even lazy brains love this, because it's play, not work. 7. Sleep smart. The final unlock. If you skip this, everything else breaks. Your brain processes information while you sleep, especially during deep and REM stages. This is when your brain converts short-term memory to long-term, organizes facts, makes connections. So if you're pulling all-nighters, you're not studying harder. You're forgetting faster. Here's the lazy genius method. Study for 30 minutes before bed, especially review. Then sleep for at least 7 hours. Wake up and quickly review what you saw last night. This creates a double lock in your brain, before and after sleep. It's like letting your brain do homework for you. While you snore, you've spent years thinking you're slow, that you're lazy, that you just don't have it. But now you know the truth. It was never about your intelligence. It was about the method. You're not broken. You're just untrained. Use these tools, test them tonight, and watch how fast your brain adapts, because it's built for this. And hey, if this video helped even 1%, don't just leave, train your algorithm, like you just trained your brain. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because this is just the beginning.